What the juck is up, everybody? Welcome to Challenger World 3 Preseason. Well, I'm going to go over a few things that I am doing to prepare for a banger time, which starts June 17th, June 18th, roughly around then. So let's just dive right into it, as there's actually a lot to cover. All right, so first up, what is confirmed? Out of the gate, we know that Season 3 is coming with the Challenger EXP Duo event, Challenger Partners, and the Challenger Pass. The Challenger Pass is about $20, and the EXP Duo, it's $10 a week. And I've got some examples of how much EXP that is later in the video. And then Challenger Pass Partners is a way to get some cheeky frags, and I think you get some, what, cosmetics, clearing the harder two bosses. I think that it's only up to, if you can clear the healer, get like 200 frags. And of course, we get the Jenny Pass, which is a huge boon. Such a big, it accelerates progress by an insane level. You'll be able to, if you can clear Black Mage in June, then get a 4-man or a 3-man, and then do it solo in July, you can lib on July 2nd. So the server comes up on June 18th, and then you can lib on July 2nd, which is just absolutely nuts. And then, of course, Item Burning Plus combined with Hype Burning Max and Beyond Burning, your prog is just going to be lightning fast. And of course, we get the season boss Kai, which is a big draw to Challenger World 3, and the sooner you can get to hard, the quicker you can actually be progging the like Eternals. And it also drops frags, drops the Citeni box as well. So it's crazy, the pitch box. So anyway, we'll go more into it as we move through this video. So next question is, what will I be making? I'm making Errol. Kind of obvious. I didn't make it a hidden or whatever. But I like Spears. Warrior is my favorite job branch, though I haven't played Paladin, Zero. Well, I played Zero way back. But I haven't played it recently. And who else? I think it's like Mahili. I think they're the only warriors I haven't played. But I like the Kaladin vibes I get from Errol, from Stormwind Archive, and I like the Summoning Night gimmick. And if it's anything like Seer, it's just going to be absolutely busted. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's move on. So, questions to ask. Give each question its own merit. So, first important question to ask is, will Errol even be hyper burnable? So, Seer wasn't burnable in Challenge World 1. Researching this, technically it was for like the first couple of hours. I think Challenge World 1 had some diabolical issues when it came out. The server was up for like 6 hours, maybe even 8 hours, until it like went down. So a select few lucky, yes, we'll go with that, managed to burn Seer, but then after that, it just wasn't burnable, and I don't think it was ever we'll get legacy gapped, am I right? But if we look past and look at Challenger World 2, Ren was burnable. So like, what are we to believe? Again, we can't really confirm anything until we wait until patch notes arrive on June 17th. And on the off chance that it's not burnable, it's just going to mean prog is just going to be much slower. And even if it gets a juiced pass, it's still going to be slow. All right. The next question is, will a premium goddess pass come out? Now, we're unfortunately entering an era of Maplestory where you can pay for progression to speed it up. And these battle pass style events, their value is just too good, as it's like feast or famine. Like, if you own it, it's amazing. If you're off it, it's terrible. And it's like probably done like that by design. So there are two potential passes we can get. So we'll zoom out a bit so we can get it all. So we have the standard Goddess Blessing Pass, $35, and it just trivializes 200 to 260. Like, boom, 30 minutes, you're 260, and you get a pretty good foothold into a fixed job. So it's pretty good. And for $35, like the time you're saving by spending that 35, I think it's worth it. Because if you're going to thug it out and do it manually, God, you're in for a world of pain. A world of pain. And then this is the pass that Sia got. It is a lot, but this pass is like leaps and bounds better than the Goddess pass. Like you got like, I think you get like 2 to 3 times the advanced tickets. Even then, even with but you don't get a, I don't think you get a sermon symbol with this, but that's fine. But even with all these influx of XP tickets, you're only going to get to like 244 just from the tickets alone, which is like not a lot, especially since there's only one mag pot throughout this event. And then for the final question is, will this patch even be released at reset? So usually when the game goes down, it comes back up roughly 2 hours before reset. Not only is it normal reset, but also weekly reset. So within that 2 hours, you can have a full week's worth of an advantage if you can do it then. So the biggest one is like being Pinot. It allows you to spawn in on day one and potentially even have a Pinot secondary. Look, it's not a huge advantage, but look, this game is driven by FOMO and clout. If you have all this extra over other players, you're going to feel on cloud 9. It's how the game is designed. And of course, you can also get a decent boost in symbols, but it's like whatever. As for precedents, Challenge World 2 was released 2 hours before reset. It was a crazy day one. I was watching Kobe go absolutely crazy on him progging Brandon in Challenger World, and it's like it is so overwhelming, and there is no other game that does like these like big day ones that I've played, at least. It's like Maplestory. And then this is Challenger World 1. I thought it was actually didn't come up till 8:30. Sorry, well, 9:30 my time, 10 a.m.'s reset for me. But no, it was an hour before reset, so you actually were able to get at least some stuff done. But of course, the game went down, whereas Challenger World 2 release was actually a bit more stable. All right, so this is the what ifs. I didn't actually answer your question here, but if error isn't burnable, would I still? I will. I did that here. I will still make an error. We'll see. We'll see. My opinion could change when it becomes reality. All right, let's move on to the next topic. So, preparations. So there isn't a lot of in-game resources you can prepare for Challenger World 3. Only one is the Summer Countdown event, where you get this is the only mag pot in the entire patch. I'm pretty sure it's like the entire patch. We only get one, which is ridiculous. But the strawberry ticket's really nice. These 20 node stones are really good to get Holy Symbol maxed out straight away. Get some decent frags. It's only at 90, which is that's fine. The boosters will be good for 6 drop. Did I write it down? Yeah, free Meso drop ring is really important because you get 100 solo cubes, you get a legendary scroll, and you get the event ring. This should be enough to at least get, like, if you get lucky, you can get a hybrid, but 100 cubes, surely you hit. The unique scroll should go on the secondary, as will be if you the Goddess Pass, I do believe, comes with a unique emblem. And then, yeah, the only source of a magpot if we don't get the Goddess Pass, which is just brutal. All right, next is learning some bosses. So in Challenger World 3, we'll be getting an Item Burning Plus, which goes up beyond, I think it was normal Lucid was the 251. Now it's gone to easy. I think it was always easy. But then it will unlock even further with V-Healer, Darren, Kalos, and Adversary. Adversary, there we go. So learning these bosses is something you can do right now. It's like you, if you have that content unlocked, you can try and learn. But even if you don't have the content unlocked, you can watch videos, watch guides, you get a basic understanding to make your onboarding into Challenger World just a little easier. And then, of course, with the event boss, we have Kai coming to the server. It will be out for, I think it's like 14 to 17 weeks, so you can clear this up to 14 to 17 times. And I've got a fancy dancy link to Iceland Guns guide, which is fantastic. I'll link this in the description. Yeah, just learning the boss and knowing what to do. Like, Kai isn't inherently a difficult boss. We can see here, I think, do I have it? I have it, I think, later in the video. But if you can clear V-Healer, you should be able to clear normal Kai. And then if you can clear hard Sarah, you can clear hard Kai. It will Learn Kai. That's another thing you can do. All right. Next is cash money. This is such a stupid topic, but it is something you have to be mindful of because you may be sitting here being maybe you can't buy an X, maybe you don't want to spend money on a game, but you see everyone just have such faster prog than you, and this is why people can get such advantages. Now, I've only listed the pass here. I haven't listed any of the perks or benefits that going deep into like MVP red or black can do. I didn't list sauna here, but we'll go through each one. The first big one is the Challengers Pass. This is only $20 or 20k NX, and you get a decent amount of rewards, decent amount of frags. The advanced and XP coupons, I think it's like barely a level. A lot of, I think I got this wrong. I don't think you get 400 experience notes. Let me double check that. That doesn't sound right. That's a lot. All right, I've got it here real quick. Challengers Pass. Can I type properly? Challengers Pass. I'll put a quick looky-loo. Oh no, no. It's right. No. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. It's the premium pass. Holy, 100 experience core gemstones? What the fuck? Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. Nope, they're the green ones. They're green ones. This is what I'm looking at. A little blurry. You can't see it, but these are... Oh, to be fair, fifth shop's kind of a joke already, so... You gotta max out with 400 of them. God damn. You get a little bit of vouchers for symbols, which is not that much. Most of this is pretty mid. You're really only doing it for the soul. Like the frags are probably the big ones, and I guess this allows you to max out a fifth job. You also do get, I think, the biggest boon for it all. I'll bring back the screenshot. When you get the premium pass, you unlock this here. So you get 20% bonus XP and 200% bonus damage to mobs, which allows for a much easier time to mob. All right, now for the next biggest pass in the game, that is the Genesis Pass. 30k NX. Zoom in to emphasize just how crazy this one is. So not only does C10E become easier because you get a buff, the Arcane Force alone is probably one of the very best reasons this is. But it's the 3x traces of darkness obtained. This alone will allow you to live in 3 to 4 weeks. Like, it is absurd just how much faster getting a genuine weapon is. You also get a free attack or magic attack soul, which is just a nice bonus. But this event is just nuts. Did it in Challenger World. I did twice, and if we get 2 of them, like, oh my goodness, like, you're going to be able to also make a boss mill with it as well, which is ridiculous. Easier missions as well. You get up to 6 participants. They have to all be using the pass, but again, it simplifies the early game so much more. For a 30k price point, I think it's worth it. I get it. It does make the game like a little scummy. That, oh no, if you want to feel good about your prog, pay up. But I'm thugging it out with my Satanic Meals, and they have to go the full 11 weeks, and yeah, it's slow. Having to do bosses without a liberated weapon, it's tough. This is why it sells so much. All right, now for one of the new events coming with Challenger World 3, and that is the EXP Duo event. So this one will allow you to elect a character in your normal world, so in Kronos, like Hyperion or wherever you're playing from. And then for 10k NX a week, you can kill up to, I think, 650k mobs. And I think that the first 200, you get like half of the XP. And then the back 465, you get the other half. And then if you buy the pass, so this is over 14 weeks. I'm just assuming that Challenger World's going to be open for 14 weeks. That's anywhere from 40T to 265T for the entire event. But you're paying 140. These rates are better. I'm pretty sure they are better than Sauna. And it's like up to you if you see value in it. Like, you're not going to get a significant amount of EXP. I think, hang on, I've got a screenshot here somewhere. Let's see if I can track it down. So at level 285, it's about 7%. I think 7% for the first 200. Yeah, look, we'll learn more information as we get further. Hang on. Yeah. It's about 8T, 7 to 8T at 285, and then 14.6T. So I'm doing such a great job at explaining this. So let me grab these values. I'll do it live. I should have had this before. So this first number is for killing 200k mobs. And then the second number here is if you kill the full 650k. So if you're a hardcore trainer, you can get an extra 14.6T on a secondary, or like on your main, or I wouldn't do this on the C10 mil or Rocket Legion champ, but it's a decent way to get some EXP. This is about 15%-ish. Well, 285, this is about 14.6%, give or take. It's like, is that worth it? It's up to you to decide if it's worth it or not. All right, moving on. Next is the Premium Goddess Pass, anywhere from 35k NX to 50k. It's 35 for this top half, and then it's 50k for the Fashion Pass, or 15k for the Fashion Pass. This here, unfortunately, I think it's definitely worth the price point. I've been corrupted by Nexon. They've gotten me. But look, I've leveled up a character from 200 to 260 without anything, and it's a slow process. And if you're making a new character on a event world and there's like a time limited exclusive boss that you kind of want to get to as soon as possible, you do feel the pressure to want to go as fast as possible. And look, $35 to make a character go from instantly level 0 to 260, it's a pretty fun experience. And then I'm playing this character for however long. Like, if I really want to nut up the value of how much I'm paying, and I equivalent this to spending, say I spent $8 to go see a movie. Well, that's 2 hours of entertainment, so then that means I value 1 hour of entertainment for $4. I'm using a poor example here because I get a voucher and whatnot. Movies aren't really $8. But anyway, I digress. I'm spending $4 to see a movie or for entertaining myself for an hour. And this pass will have to entertain me for like what? But I should have used simpler numbers. Like 8 hours. Give or take. It's like I'll be playing this character more than 8 hours. So I personally see this pass having value. And to be fair, you can play the character without this and then just save infinite. Again, up to you. Again, this is all optional stuff. And they do it in a way where it's just feels so good to use it. Anyway, there's more. The next is the Momentum Pass. Now, this is the big one. This is the expensive one. This is similar to the Frontier Pass that we got in Challenger World 2 that I think you redeemed on your normal world. This is the equivalent. It only goes up to level 10, but the rewards are a little juiced. So let's go over what you actually get for $50. This is a steep price point. So this is a list of rewards. And we get something new called Mechaberry Farm Entry Ticket. This is the big money maker that is really trying to like entice you to go all out and get this pass. That's because Mechaberry, similar to Strawberry Farm, is juiced if you're level 280 plus. So these are just some rough EXP values you get from using one Mechaberry. So 280, one pass gives you 9.7 EXP. So if you buy this pass for $50, you will get roughly one level. So it's like 10 from here, and then you get one free one. And this is like you'll try it before you buy it. So it is a ridiculous amount of EXP. So yeah, is it worth KNX? Well, if you want to compare it to Sauna, yes, Sauna is like 3k NX for 1 hour, and you get Opkis with it. Again, it's up to you. Like we'll be getting in the crown event 2 of these for I think 500 mil each every week. So it's not like if you're down 11 of them, like cool, you get like I think for the entire if the event's 14 weeks long, I think it's 14, maybe a bit less. You could potentially go if it is 14 weeks long, instead of getting 39 passes for Mecha Berry, you get like 28. Like cool. You miss out on like that's like a shit ton of these. It's like 30, nearly 40 T EXP at 280. Yeah, it's again they are preying on your ability to say, hey, prog is slow. You can speed it up if you pay up. And again, these numbers are like there's no conversion involved. AMS has set this price, and GMS is like, cool, we want money. We won't adjust for a currency or whatever. The 49.8k NX in Korea is far cheaper than it is in GMS. So we're just paying even more money for this. It's it's a lot. It is a lot. And then of course, this is only for the real sweats. You can spend 10 to 20k to skip day 0 dailies and weeklies. So I would only advise this if you are going all out on day 0, as you can easily do this. Like instead of taking like 10 minutes to complete everything, you just do it in 5 seconds by clicking some buttons. Again, highly optional, and I would only recommend it if you're sweating and pushing like you're like racing or something, or you're going all out in Challenger World 3. This is the sweat content right here. All right, so that does it for all of the passes. Again, this doesn't include sauna, doesn't include going crazy for MVP Black or whatever it is. Those are like entirely different processes that require so much more exposable income. But the one thing you maybe don't have to buy is a vac pet. Yippee! So we have 2 ways of getting the vac pet. Well, there's probably a third one. So hopefully the guaranteed way is the winter survival mission. It's probably going to be renamed a summer survival mission, but this is from the KMS, only for new characters. So I'm pretty sure this will work for anyone making a new character in Challenger World. But you will get, this is similar to the step up event, I think, in Challenger World 2. You'll get a 30-day vac pet from the first mission. So, EP, which is fantastic. In addition, if we do get any goddess passes, they also come with a vac pet that can be transferred to any character, which is quite nice. I do know that Kinesis gets one. I think they confirm it in the Inkwell note that comes with a temporary vac pet. We have let me see if I can confirm that real quick. Inkwell note. Summer is coming. Here we go. Exclusive Petite Luna pet support. Pretty sure that's the Kinesis. That's the vac pet. So I think it's only really good if like it can be transferred, but I don't think it will be. But at the very least, if it comes with, it also comes with a goddess pass, which I think it will. I think Nexon has gotten wise to the fact that they can sell goddess passes like hotcakes to just with any hyperburn. So if they do double up, boom, that's so you can potentially get the bare minimum, getting 30 days, and then with any goddess pass, if you pay $35, you also get another 30-day one. So you don't have to fork out the big bucks just yet. Or you could just ignore the goddess pass and just buy a vac pet for, what is it, like 78 ANX. That's another topic to discuss of how crazy that is, especially if you already have one on a different character that doesn't check our shops. All right, enough of that. So that's everything. Oh yeah, there's one more thing to prepare, and that is to clear your schedule for June 17th. It's gaming time. So yeah, I'm gonna, at the very least, the game got come up Thursday for me, so I'm taking these 2 days off and go crazy on this weekend, and then I'll thug it out back at work on the Monday. But yeah, it's gaming day. All right, let's move on. That was a big section. Next up, it is, what is the goal of my Challenge World 3 character? Short term is to clear hard Kai as fast as possible. Kai has no inherent AF or stack requirements, and with rentals and Iron Burning Plus, you can get pretty juiced with minimal work. Hard Kai requires 280 bare minimum, and then 285 you're going to get that cheeky bonus FD damage on him. And then you can see just how much, what goodies it drops. Now look, it may be different for GMS, because it drops Meso bags for KMS. We also have the Chaos Pitch Box, we got the Fraggies. I think the Fraggies is like anywhere between 40 to 80 frags per clear, which ain't not bad, if it's guaranteed. And then it will also drop a Eternal, pretty sure it drops the chance to drop the Eternal box for West Side and East Side Eternals. They have the Serie A plus shoulder box, and then you've got the Cape Glove and Boot box, which is pretty crazy considering it's a level 280 boss, and you're going to get these from Limbo Baldrix. I think Jupiter also drops the glove, cape, and bot. So it's very, if you can consistently clear hard Kai and you get lucky, you can get some dank loot for sure. Now, for the long term, it is to turn this into a juiced Legion champion. And just for everybody's reference, if you just do a Monster Park Extreme and your dailies and Monster Park, you're going to hit 278. That's just from being a diligent daily doer and weekly doer. If you include all this free shit, well, quote unquote free shit, which includes the Goddess potions from the Goddess Pass, from the check-in event, and the Challenger Pass, all of the events, EXP tickets. I believe this is roughly how much we're getting for the event. Only 35k, which is, look, it's no twin tweener, but it is significant. And then we include all of the Mecha Berry. Now I'm assuming 14 weeks, so we get 28 for a total of 39 tickets. Then you can get to 281 and 70% with not hitting a single mob, which is just insane. And then for frags, you can get a total of 2,225 with no weeklies and no training. So out of the gate, this thing is going to be pretty juiced as a league champion character. All right, let's move on to the next topic. I have nothing else more to say for that. That's it. It's just the clear hard Kai as fast as possible, and then become a juiced Legion champ. I'm thinking the same level as the Adele, which is like 250 CP, 2 million CP. Maybe it goes even higher. Like, who knows? All right. So what to expect on day 0? So day 0 has the potential to be absolutely crazy. If we get the full 2 hours and we get the Goddess Pass, it's going to take sub 30 minutes to get to 260, and in which then you can use the simple Express Pass to complete all the Arcane River and Grandest dailies. Don't need so many of them, but hey, any advantage counts. Then you can kill 5k mobs to get the 90 weekly frags from the weekly. And you can also do this pre-release. And then if you can't make it in time, just switch back to Kronos or your main server to redeem it. You can also do a cheeky Express Pass High Mountain for 10k NX. I didn't include that in the how much NX you need to prepare for. And then the longest ones will be MPE and Monster Park. MPE might be tough on day 0 because you need to, if you have a group who are doing this together, it will be a lot easier. But you're not missing out on too much EXP if you skip this. And then again, if you have MPV, I think MVP red you can skip. I don't know. Same with Monster Park. If you have MP red, you can skip Monster Park. This takes about 20 minutes. And then, and for me, I value the bosses more than the EXP, because EXP is like, honestly, if you're going crazy on day 0, you can just make up the EXP just from training. But for the Meso, this is going to be much harder to come by, especially in the early game when you have no drop gear or Meso gear. You kind of want to go into kill many as much as possible for Meso, and out of the gate 260 6 job complete. I'm not even sure if I'm going to even do 6 job on day 0. I might just go 260, do as many bosses as possible, hope for the best, and we'll go from there. And these are the big ticket numbers where you want to do Pino, you want to do Chaos Pap, Pink Beam for the Black Bean mark, and then Arca Golix, and then as many as possible to get as much money as you can. All right, and as for the Goddess Pass, this is a cheeky little cheat sheet of how to get a 260 within sub 30 minutes. So 1 to 200, just use TerraBlink. Make sure you follow the, I know if you just hold down Y, you'll brick yourself. There are a couple of steps you need to do. Like, make sure you read. Don't just hold down Y in PC chat. At 200, I think you get 5 strawberry tickets from the Goddess Pass. You only use 2 of them to go from 200 to 215, and then you can get all these are just from the Goddess Pass, the premium version, and you can just follow it along to hit 260. Crazy work. Like half of this is just these 2 steps here, and the rest of this takes about like 10 minutes. All right, but now there is a reality. Like, what do we do if there are no Goddess Pass? From day 1 or day 0, it will have the options of being able to get up to 9 strawberry tickets. 5 of these will get you to 230. 7 monster parks will then get you to 235, and then you can use the express pass to complete your Arcane River dailies and weeklies, and then try and clear as many bosses and below Force and Meso. And you make sure you include Arc, PB, and Galaxy Dailies. It's very important to be doing your dailies. So it's much bleaker. And then you gotta go like raw dog it from 235 to 260, which is just not fun. And this is also assuming if whatever you're playing can be burnable. Like if Aerial isn't burnable, it's all right. That's it for day 0. What about week 1? So week 1 will look something like this. The main goal is to clear up to stage 6 of the item burning mission. So that will be clearing normal Seren, and then of course killing normal Kai. This will allow you to get, I'm pretty sure, stage 6, everything will go to 20 stars. And you also have legendary tier pots, so you're actually even stronger than you were in Challenger World 2. And then so it also means get to 270, which is somewhat simplified thanks to Hyperburning Max. You only needed to really get, I think, 2 to 3 levels, depending how much EXP you can get on day 0. Yeah, it'll give you 20-star legendary item burning gear, and you should be more than strong enough to be able to start doing normal Kai. Because normal Kai is, if I go back to this screenshot, where is it? Its difficulty is placed between V Healer and normal Seren. That's the goal for week 1. Let's say 0. Yes, it shouldn't be too hard with Hyperburning Max, but you won't be able to rely on any like transcendent pots, the 269 or 270 pots. We don't get them till much later into the event. But with Item Burning Item Burning Plus, Genie Pass, and the rental gear, again, there should be a cakewalk. All of these bosses here trivialized. Simple, barely an inconvenience. The healer might be a little more difficult, all because we won't have access to easy fams. You do, depending on how much you can train before the end of week 1, and you may even high roll like a rare or a common healing fam, make things a little easier. But yeah, probably the most difficult one out of the lot. Well, yes, it's fine. Look, you can clear. And then this is the same screenshot as before. Clear all these bosses to make your challenger gear big. All right. As for what to expect at your CP to be during week 1, this is kind of the gist. So challenger gear, this is the screenshot from Challenger World 2. It's not my screenshot. I just found it online. This is not my MVP red emblem or medal. But 46 mil CP with a Raw 4, Challenger World Raw 4. And then, of course, we have the rental gear taking up the belt, the pendant, the earrings, and the face eye. So really, you only need to legendary and get your secondary and emblem to legendary, at least 2 line. Both of these will be spawning in as unique, thanks to resources. And then we get 2 event rings. And with all the free cubes, we get 4 event rings. Instead of going for damage, I'd highly prioritize Meso drop for these. Any variation of hybrid Meso drop or double drop. Double Meso is a little awkward because it still means you get another drop line. You get a fake dom from, I think, both the Goddess Pass and the Hyperburning gives you a fake dom. Make sure you get fake dom. You do not need the Upso weapon. But all this will get you to about 46 mil CP, which it will make clearing Satani a little difficult. Expect runs between 15 and 20 minutes. But it is clearable. That's the important part. It is clearable. So yeah, that is week 1. And then for week 2, the main goal of this is to clear BM before the month reset. So once day 1 starts, you have until I think the Tuesday or the Wednesday to clear Black Mage. This will expedite the Genie Pass significantly, and it'll be a nice Meso stimmy. And then if you can make it, if you get a 280, anywhere from 275 to 280 is kind of the goal for week 2. Because that means you get bonus damage on BM and it will get you much faster to unlock Hard Kai. And then at 275, you can unlock the level 7 mission. Go back to here. You can't actually do stage 7 until 275, which is just killing easy Kalos. And then 280, you can clear easy adversary. And as for living as quickly as possible, this is the expected time frame. With the Genie Pass, clearing BM in June and then again in July will give you a July 2nd liberation, which is just ridiculous. And then one of these clears can be in up to a 3-man. Anything more than a 3-man, and I think it takes like a week longer. All right, I've been yapping for way too long, but we're nearly done. This is a big video. The week 3 is when it starts to die down again. This is like the final push. You're on a solo BM again, and then you can liberate on July 2nd. And then it's to get a 280/285 as fast as possible. You start clearing Hard Kai, you get some juicy rewards. And then that's it. 3 weeks of fun, and then you're just into auto mode where you just keep going and do your dailies, do your bosses, train if you want to go beyond. But yeah, that's really it. That's Challenge World 3 in a nutshell. But yeah, what's after? I was just talking about this. Yeah, become a diligent daily doer and a diligent weekly doer. Do your monster parks, do your daily bosses, and do your weekly bosses. My endgame goal for this Errol is to be 285, which is the perfect Legion Champion level as the time of this recording. AMS could say something differently whenever we see the Overdrive reveal, which is on June 13th. So who knows? Who knows if they juice up Legion Champions to go even beyond, but look, they haven't released slots 5 or 6 yet, so I doubt they'll make it anything higher. Yeah, this is going to be a overspec Legion Champ. It should easily be able to clear normal Kalos at this spec. And then in July, Kinesis will come out. I don't have the fancy photo. What happened to it? That fancy image and everything. Oh, that's you know what? I have the technology. So what's been staring at my face all this time is a picture of Kinesis. Boom. Oh, let me do it again. My cropping skills. Terrible. There we go. Kinesis will be the 7th C10 mill, and it will be created in Challenge World to benefit off the Monster Park double dip and like all the XP from the symbols or like dailies and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it. What's next is that patch notes should drop anywhere from +0 to +3 on June 17th. I'll then do a full patch rundown and make episode 0 of the Challenger World 3 book series. Yippee! All right, this video is just about hit for the 40-minute mark. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I need to go get a drink to soothe my throat. Thank you all for watching, and as always, wish you a good day. Catch you all in the next one.